Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Brunson.
And I am S. Foster.
This is the Viewers Anonymous podcast. What's up with you, Brody?
Can't call it, man. Got some fairly good news this morning. See some things are getting done, man. Starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But I'm feeling all right, man. Other than these allergies kicking my ass. How you feeling though?
Man, I'm feeling good, feeling great, man. You know, just putting in some work and trying to make things click. You know what I'm saying?
Understand that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. It's all about seeing the plan, seeing the process, knowing the process, and getting to that point of where you want to get, man. Because I think, especially for me, like if we're talking podcasting, I think that I have readjusted my goals every time. Like I feel like when it comes to like what we do, I think you set a goal and you try to hit it, but you also have to have high and low expectations of like where you want to be at a certain amount of time. Kind of like, and I feel like that's with everything. Like if it comes to podcasting, if it comes to, you know, if we're talking about your OnlyFans page, it's like I feel like you know what I'm saying, you set a goal in your head and it's like you try to hit it, but like at the same time you don't get discouraged if it's not where you wanted to be in a certain amount of time. So I think it's all about finding that medium, man. I think that's the 100%. Most important thing.
I mean, you know, this is something that today has been a very, very very big word that I've constantly been seeing, like just across all kind of social medias. And then not just social medias too, but just people talking about it today. And it kind of has just been like a topic or something for today. I don't know why, but you know what I'm saying? Like, and anytime something like that happens, I usually kind of take it as a message. But man, it's the consistency. You know what I'm saying? Consistency. You know what I'm saying? Being consistent. You know, I was on Instagram and they was just talking about how, you know, people want this dream and they, you know, put in all this effort and all this time to do stuff, but they're not as consistent as they should be. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they'll drop, you know, they might do a podcast for a year. It might not be where they, you know what I'm saying, where they want it to be. And then, you know, they give up. And then, you know, he was saying how people do music and they'll drop a couple songs and they might not do nothing. They give up, you know. And then it's like, you never know when that one that's going to get you over the hill is, you know what I'm saying, around the corner, if that make any sense. But, you know, you just got to keep working. You got to keep going at it. And then, you know what I'm saying, if it's your dream, you should never get tired of it. You should never, you know what I'm saying, give up on it that easy. And that was just, you know what I'm saying, like it just hit me today, man. Like I probably seen like maybe like 5 or 6 posts on Instagram about it. You know what I'm saying? I probably seen like a couple people on Twitter talk about it. And then, you know, just having conversations with some of my coworkers, they was just talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So it was just one of those things like, man, you know what I'm saying? I had to send it to my little cousins because the conversation that they were having on the post, I had to send it to them because like they was the first people I thought of because that's what they do. Like anytime something's coming up, they work on it and then they drop it. You know what I'm saying? They get to working on something and they dropping it. They get to working on something, they dropping it. You know what I'm saying? And they constantly hitting you over the head with something, you know what I'm saying, to keep reminding you and keep, you know what I'm saying, keep you in that focus. So I just thought it was super dope, man. You know what I'm saying, just to hear that. And that's just one thing, you know, that I think is super important, especially when we doing stuff like this. especially, you know what I'm saying, when you doing anything creative, it's just that consistency. You got to keep going no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Have more fun with it than, you know what I'm saying, than anything. And don't just look at it as a means to escape something, a means to get out, or a means to make money. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not how it works. But usually when you're doing it because you love it, you know what I'm saying, you put a lot of passion and effort into it and you really care about it, eventually it'll get you to the point to where you know what I'm saying, you can make some money, or, you know what I'm saying, it can get big and it can grow. But you just got to be consistent no matter what.
Man, so I am going into almost 5 years of podcasting in 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had to cut the stolen time short to 4 years.
Right.
You know, because of the passing of Uncle Washington. But you know, I've been doing the 28 minutes or less for 4 years, almost 4.5 years. We've been doing this like 2.5 years. So it's like, you know, we got the time in the game. So, and we always mention this, that yeah, this podcast wasn't consistent in the beginning, but since we hit our stride, we have been consistent. Like there was only really like 1 week, like since we decided to start doing 2 a week, there was only like 1 week where we didn't drop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that was when you was, you know, going through your illness.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, but that's just a part of life though. You know what I'm saying? Like shit happens. So it's like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you got to take a step back because, you know, some shit like that. But I think that's one thing that is very important because it's like you can't sit back and think, because I've heard people say, yo, like sometimes I take some time off to, you know, so people can miss me or whatever. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like I don't think we're there yet because like the person that said it is a celebrity. You know what I mean? So they probably getting, you know, maybe like millions listens or episode or whatever the case may be, 500,000, whatever the case may be. So it's
Yeah.
like it's a lot of people, but it's just like we don't know how many new listeners we getting. We don't know if this podcast that we doing today could be somebody's first podcast. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So you
Mm-hmm.
have to keep coming with it. You have to keep coming with different shit, different material, for the simple fact of you don't know which one is gonna slap and that's gonna be your one. Like we mention this all the time. We had no fucking idea that the one that slapped was fucking Outcry. When neither one of us even knew even what that fucking TV show was. Not TV show, but that docu series was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we put it out and the shit slapped. So you just never know. So we come out consistently, we dropping shit, we try to come up with good ideas. You know, we doing this show, which I think is the top fucking show on TV, but that's just my opinion.
Right.
So, you know, we try to do important shit, hot shit, or we'll hit you with some shit that you didn't even see coming. None of y'all
Mm-hmm.
seen that 12 Angry Man coming. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Facts.
So you never know what to expect on him, man. So yeah, consistency is a very important thing, man. I have gotten more consistent with the 28 minutes or less. I'm pretty much dropping every week now. So you know what I mean? Putting the voice out there in the streets, man. Because I just feel like we both, as podcasters, voice need to be heard, man. So I'm excited about it, man.
For sure, man. For sure. Um. Well, you know what I'm saying. Now that you know what I'm saying, we went ahead and got a little caught up. You know what I'm saying. Gave them people a motivational speech. You know what I'm saying.
Haha.
Put a fire up under them people. You know what I'm saying. Let's go ahead and get into that. What we watching?
Yes, sir.
What we watching? Yo, so man, listen, bro. I stumbled across this post on, I think I was on TikTok. I was on TikTok and they was talking about this movie about like time travel. And you know what I'm saying, I got to watching it and it looked kind of good, you know what I'm saying? I'm checking it out. And I go to the comments and find out what it's called. So I find out what the movie's called, and it's on Hulu. I get the Hulu, I watch it. And this was like a super dope movie. The movie is called 2067. Once again, it's on Hulu, and it's about a dystopian world where there is barely any oxygen left. And because of because of all the things that society has done and all the growth that society has had, they basically had destroyed the oxygen on Earth. And they had to be forced to create synthetic oxygen in order to survive and live and stuff, right? And so whatever the synthetic oxygen was, it was basically ruining like people's bodies. So like people could only take it for so long, and they were like dying off because, you know what I'm saying, the oxygen wasn't sufficient enough. And so this guy basically gets chose. He works for the company that makes the oxygen, and he basically got chose to go into this time portal to go forward in time to figure out what the cure is, you know what I'm saying, so he can save society now, so later on down the line, you know what I'm saying, society will be okay. So, you know what I'm saying, basically he jumps through time and he figures out that everybody on Earth ends up dying.
Oh shit.
But the crazy part is that after everybody on Earth dies, you know what I'm saying, dies off, the Earth basically regenerated itself. So like they had like, I forgot what year it was when they, I think the year was 2067. I'm tripping. He jumped to the year 2040. What was it? 2247. That's the year he jumped to. And basically, it was like a whole bunch of plants and trees and everything that grew and everything else. But where he was, when in 2067, there's no plants left. Like the last plant died 3 years, 3 years before. So he goes, he jumps through time, goes forward in time, figures everything out, and then it's like a big big story in between it, which makes it super dope. But basically, he finds a way to save, you know what I'm saying, the Earth in 2067. It's a dope movie. It's great. You gotta it's not one you gotta like super pay attention to, but you gotta pay attention to it to kind of keep up with what's going on. But it's dope. It's a great movie. It'll definitely keep you interested. It's on Hulu once again, 2067.
Cool. I will definitely be checking that out here soon. For me, it's an Amazon Prime show. They've been promoting it like crazy on Amazon Prime, and I gave it a shot. It's one of those things where they give you the first two, and then they drop one every. I think this show could be every Friday, but got the guy Josh Brolin in it, and it's Outer Range, man. Basically, from what I could tell from the two episodes, is that this family owns a ranch. They own a whole bunch of land in Montana, and then the family that lives next to them is trying to buy some of their land. But these people don't want to sell it because Josh Brolin actually isn't what you may think. Like he actually married into money. Like his wife is the one that family owned the ranch, and he is just like the man that kind of control it. But like she's the one who's really got the power because he married into the family and whatnot. And like they talked about how he basically just, they said that he just stumbled onto their property and then end up getting fond of her, and then they end up getting married or whatnot. But like he was poor, he didn't have nothing, she had everything. So, but what's odd about this ranch is all of a sudden this big ass hole just appears, right? And the whole, oh man, it's kind of like, the only way I can explain it is it's kind of like Stranger Things, the Upside Down, right? Because so long story short, his one of his kids got in a fight with one of the people who own the land next door, who's trying to steal some of their land, right? Well, not trying to
Yeah.
steal it. They went to the city or the county or whatever, and they trying to purchase some of their land. We're really trying to take some of their land. So the sons had got into a fight. One dude got a little too far because his wife actually went missing, and we don't know. Excuse me, y'all. Like, we don't know if she ran away. Everybody think she kind of left him, like just ran away and just left him. But down with this hole being out in the yard, you might be thinking now maybe she fell into the hole. We don't know. They still haven't revealed that yet. But so he ended up killing one of those dude's sons, and then Josh Brolin threw the body into the hole, right? Now, we don't know where the hole goes, but one day he wakes up. So there's this girl who is like a hippie, and she just asked because she like camp out on their land. So she camps out on the land, but she has some kind of alternative motives, which they haven't revealed yet because it's only been 2 episodes. So she's seen him throw a body in the hole. So she pushes him into the hole, right? So he wakes up the next day just on the ground with scratch marks on his back and a gun wound to his leg. Don't know how it got there, right?
Oh, shit.
So this is the crazy part. So the crazy part is he starts to remember what happened when he fell in the hole. When he fell in the hole, his wife, everybody was there. But this is the thing, though. It's the same land, but now there's those oil rigs. You see oil rigs in the background. And his wife goes up to him and said, "You need to run." And so these people start shooting at him. That's how he got the gunshot. But then he comes back to now. So what I'm thinking it is that hole is the future.
Oh. Okay.
And the reason why he came back because he wasn't dead, but that other guy that he threw in the hole didn't come back because he was already dead. So it's hard to really kind of figure out exactly what this show is yet, but I am intrigued. So y'all, I mean, I'm not big into these ranching shows, but this shit threw a little sci-fi in there with it. So check out, man. It's Outer Range on Amazon Prime, and I believe they drop a new episode on Fridays, if I'm not mistaken. But the first 2 episodes are out, so that's what I got for what we watch.
That's what's up, man. That sounds good. So y'all go check those joints out. You know
one more thing. I'm sorry. And Josh Brolin's character, he is gonna really remind you of Llewellyn from goddamn No Country for Old Men. Like, he's really like the same guy.
Yeah, that's just telling me.
Funny.
Yeah, that's just telling me.
Yeah.
So definitely go check those joints out, man. You know what I'm saying? Hit us back on the socials and let us know what you think about them. And man, listen, this is what y'all been waiting for. We've all kind of been waiting for this one, but at the same time, we kind of didn't want it to come around because, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. 10 episodes is a nice, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice journey, but that ain't enough, man. Season 5, episode 10, the season finale, Snowfall. So where do we start, man? It's a lot that's been going on. A lot happened. You know what I'm saying? Franklin, man.
Okay. Let's not go too deep yet. Too deep yet. So I want to start with your favorite character, man. I want to start with Leon, man. So Leon is talking to the dudes, talking to his team, and like, "Yo, Franklin's out, so I'm out." He was like, "I think we should get out too." And he's like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? You got midterms coming up." He was just like, and they were like, "You talking about do midterms?" He was like, man, he was like, nah. He said, man, my midterms ain't till December, some shit. And then he was like, nah, nigga, damn presidential midterm. And he's like, he said, man, and that's when he brought up that one crime law that I think it was Reagan did, where you can get the same amount of time for one rock as 100 grams of cocaine. And it's like, what you think that mean? He was like, to lock up black people. And this is something that, you know, if you pay attention to the laws, this is something that is really talked about a lot of like how off balance it was, but it was off balance for the whole fact of rock was the primary drug for black people, and it was easier to get your hands on it. But they knew that cocaine was the white people drug, so they wanted to up it to 100, you know what I'm saying, to 100 grams to 1 gram. So the whole thing is to get people in chains. And that's what Leon was trying to tell them. And then the only thing that old dude could think of is, so if you out, does that mean I'm in charge? And it's like, I think that's when Leon realizes, like, yo, I'm on this new journey and I'm trying to educate these dudes, but they ain't hearing what I'm trying to say. What was your thoughts on them including all of that into the show and Leon trying to educate these dudes? And it seemed like it's not really clicking.
Man, truth be told, bro, that's the hood mentality. You know what I'm saying? That's it seems as if, like, you know, they felt like they didn't have a choice. You know what I mean? Leon is obviously a little bit more elevated with everything that he had going on and everything else like that. But at the same time, I mean, like, can you blame them, man? Like, all that money they was making all that money. Like, why would they want to drop out now? Like, they really wasn't facing. I mean, like, well, the show didn't show it. I mean, we don't really know, but like, it wasn't like they was facing any penalties for the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They was getting paid. You know what I'm saying? They had everything that they wanted at the time. I mean, like, why would you want to get out of that? You know what I'm saying? And then they don't know what's coming in the future. They only, you know what I'm saying, right now focused on whatever's going on at the time. So I mean, I get it. Like, yeah, if you out, like, yo, I guess, you know what I'm saying, I guess I take over. Like, shit, you out here living good. I mean, they are living good, but you know, when you the top dog, you're gonna be living good. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? That's like if you in the gang and that's all you know is the gang, like, and the gang leader is out and you next in line, like, you ain't gonna be like, all right, y'all, we disbanded. Nah, you gonna be like, yeah, it's my time to shine.
Yeah, everybody don't have the vision. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And some people, that's the only life that they know. That's just like, if you want to take it to even more simpler terms, it's like there are some people who are going to be renters all their life. You know what I mean? There's some people that feel that there's not another way of like trying to get a mortgage. So this is like really the same situation, even though he was like, yo, like, we got the money. Once you start trying, he's like, he brought up a dealership. Like, obviously there's like some kind of black guy who bought a car dealership. So he's like, yo, like, won't you try to do this? But see, only thing they see and the only thing that they know is the game. See,
yeah,
he has exposed himself to the Black Panthers. He has exposed himself to actual policies. You know what I mean? So like, he has opened up his eyes to like, yo, I think that what that Franklin shit has done to him, I think that Franklin and Sissy has opened him up to different things. And I think that the one thing that put him down this path was him killing that kid. So Leon is thinking on a whole nother level now, and Leon wants to save his people. But I think that this is when he finally realized, yo, I can't save everybody. Because from the great Project Pat, they don't want to be saved. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is, man. I mean,
Yeah.
and you have to understand. And I think that that scene when Wanda came up showing that she got her passport, and he just looking at them, and like my man is wilding. Like he went a game of dominoes. You got to let off 3 rounds
Mm.
over a game of dominoes. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's looking like I tried. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
tried, and this is the best that I can do. And when I come back, and if I come back, and all of y'all are gone, don't say Leon didn't try because he tried his best, and they weren't trying to hear what he was trying to say.
100%. 100%. And you know what I'm saying? The bad part about it is that, you know, when you're in a situation like that, you kind of want everybody to uh you know what I'm saying? You kind of want everybody to have that same vision that you have. And truth of the matter is that, you know what I'm saying, they can't. You know, you want everybody to be in that position of, you know, I see where this can lead to. I know where this is going. And then not only that, like, you know, Leon got the real live inside, you know what I'm saying, inside trading information. So he know, like, if Franklin's saying he out, Franklin's saying he out. Like, they don't, you know what I'm saying, they don't even know that they really are working for the CIA for real. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, you can't really be mad at them for that. So I get it. I understand their thought processes, man.
true, true. I mean, look, I understand it too. You know, I dabble in this field a lot, man. You know, I watch a lot of content when it's dealing with a lot of this type shit. So, you know, you start to understand some of the thinking that some of these people have. So, nah, I definitely get it. But speaking of Franklin,
Mm-hmm.
we understand that you know Franklin wakes up next day. Him and Veronique, they you know, talking about taking their relationship to the next level because he's out. Um, goes to the office, is on a phone call, come to find out 73 mil gone.
Mm.
But this is the thing though. And one thing I don't mind doing is admitting when I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wrong when Teddy was talking to that one guy. It wasn't about Freddie getting out. I mean Teddy getting out.
Right.
It was about that guy is getting all of Franklin's information because he had a fucking inkling that Franklin is gonna want out soon. So the way that I can fuck him is to take all of his money.
Right.
So I'm thinking that when he was talking to that guy about all these accounts and stuff, I thought he was setting his shit up to where he could disappear. No, he was setting all that shit up to steal all Franklin's money, and that's exactly what he did. Man, look, the floor is yours, man. Your thoughts, man, on Teddy taking $73 million from Franklin.
Man, I mean, that's right now, the way it seems like that's the, you know what I'm saying, that's the chess move to make right now. Um, I don't know if it is though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that is a smart move on Teddy's part because you know I'm gonna keep bringing it up. They two sides of the same coin. You know what I'm saying? Franklin is just as smart as Teddy. You know, you don't really know. Well, Teddy don't really know what Franklin is capable of, and he really doesn't know how far Franklin has come along in this whole thing because you know what I'm saying, he was away for a minute. You know, like I said in the last episode, I don't think Teddy, you know what I'm saying, liked the fact that Franklin was in business, you know what I'm saying, with with his new contact. I don't think he liked the fact that you know what I'm saying, he was flying plane, he learned how to fly planes and all this other stuff. So it's like in a sense, like I feel like Teddy felt as if his world crumbled down, so now he had to make everybody else's world crumble down, or like he took on this persona of, if you're not with me, you against me, something like that. And so I don't know. I think that him taking that money was a huge mistake, like a huge mistake, because now you've opened up like this huge can of worms of, what is Franklin going to end up doing? You really don't know. You know what I'm saying? What he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? You had the situation with his dad. You had to go kill his dad. But now, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to be able to do that with Franklin? Are you going to be able to pull that off? Because, like, you took his money. You know what I'm saying? And now he kind of pressed on the situation. What can you do now? You know what I'm saying? To stop him from, retaliating. And I think that should be Teddy's biggest concern is the retaliation.
Yeah, like he he took it. I think he felt that he had to do something, and he thought that sending a message to Franklin of like, "Oh, you gonna quit on me? I'll show you." And I don't think that he realized how far and how deep Franklin would be willing to go to get his money back.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to go with the plan of telling Teddy like, "Yo, I made a mistake. Let's make this money. Louis ain't ready." He's like, "Yo, I take my chances." And he's like, "Yo, just give me my money back. We'll call it even."
Right.
And he was like, "What money?" And so he's like, "Yo, I know what you're doing. You took my money. You burnt down Javi's stuff. Javi's missing." And he's like, "Javi's missing?" So now this is the funny thing that that we're gonna see in the final season. Franklin thinks Teddy got rid of Javi,
Mm-hmm.
and Teddy probably thinks Franklin took his girl.
Yeah.
Yo, this is gonna be wild, but
yeah.
Yo, season 6 is gonna be so crazy because
why would you leave her though?
Well, he needed her to be out there just in case somebody showed up.
For sure. But come on, bro. You was just bitching to Franklin about bringing people around that ain't been around. So now you going to bring somebody around that ain't been around? Like, you contradicting yourself at this point.
That he is. But
You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
he has no...
Go ahead.
I think he has nobody else to rely on at this point.
Yeah, he do. He got Gustavo. Well, he had Gustavo.
No, he don't. No,
he had
because
him.
this is what I'm saying. And let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
So Gustavo finds out there's a bug in his house. He thinks,
oh man, that was heartbreaking.
Right? So he goes to go pick up $10 million. But before he does that,
the police
he calls Teddy back because Teddy was paging him. So he asked him, could he do something for him? He's like, "Yo, I got something I got to do, but if you want me to, help you, I can help you later." And he was like, "You know what? That's good. Do what you got to do."
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Teddy's the one that made the call?
I 100% believe that was the case. I think that's exactly what Teddy did. Teddy definitely went and said, "Hey, man, we're gonna go ahead and get him out of here. This was my such and such and such, and you know what I'm saying, he's guilty." Like, because I mean, who else could have even? I mean, unless it's the KGB dudes, and I doubt it's them because they don't got they shouldn't be able to have that type of pull in America.
Yeah, I don't think they were the one who put that bug in there. See, the one thing with that is the one old agent dude popping up.
Mm-hmm.
Because that old agent guy, we seen that he was fucking with that guy. But this is the thing. were they trying to lead us in the wrong direction by showing Teddy with the bug shit? Or was, I don't know. See, this is the thing that confuses me, right? Which I think could go different ways, because with that old DEA agent showing up at Gustavo's, with also getting arrested, but we saw him with the other dude. So it's like, did Teddy put that in there and did he set him up? Or I don't know. See, that's the one thing that confuses me, because it's like, I don't really know. I mean, if we're talking percentages, 80% of me believes it was Teddy was the one who called the DEA and told him where his stuff was. But then 20% of it is they put that bug in there and he thought it was Teddy.
Yeah.
And they seen that he turned the bug off, which I don't know why he did that. I would have left the bug on and tried to act like nothing changed. You know what I mean? Because I think once he turned that bug off, maybe they've been tracking him, because remember when he was on the phone with Franklin, there was a car that was following him. And he looked over and saw that car sitting there, and he, getting ready to finish up his conversation with Franklin, and then the car pulls off. So maybe they put that bug in there and they've been following Gustavo for a while, so they knew where his money was. And maybe this is just a time that they just figured that because he turned that bug off, now we're going to arrest him because he went to go pick up all his money because he's leaving. What do you think of that idea?
I don't really know. I honestly don't really know, because that's a tricky one. You know what I'm saying? With everything that's going on, like, you know what I'm saying? Where does that kind of, you know what I'm saying? Where does that really land everybody in that situation? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but me personally, I just wouldn't have turned that bug off.
Well,
because
yeah, I agree with you on that. You are right about that. You're right.
Because I feel like now I think that sets a light off. Like, yo,
yeah,
they found it.
Yeah,
so now we gotta make a move on him now, because he knows that we're bugging him, or at least somebody's bugging him.
But I mean, also though, you gotta also think too, like, in that situation, are you you know what I'm saying? Like, are you even, first off, you're not even expecting to find that. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you got to think about what would be running through your head in that situation too, because Teddy was just talking about bugging Franklin. Yep. Then not only was he talking about bugging Franklin mentioned the fact that he was watching the drop that one day. Yep. You know what I'm saying, on that one drop. So it's like, then, you know what I'm saying, the whole getting shot at thing, Teddy leaving off. So like, I'm sure like it was a lot of, you know what I'm saying, everything pointing towards Teddy in that situation for Oso. And you know what I mean? Like I said, I just don't know, man. I honestly don't know. That's just one of them things. I do agree with you though, not shutting off that bug. You can't shut off that bug. That's one of them things where you gotta put that motherfucker back and you gotta speak in code and get the fuck up out of there.
Yeah. You just talk like everything's regular, but everything that's important, walk out to the street. You know what I mean? Say what you need to say out there, then go back in the house and act like y'all wouldn't talk about nothing. So a small part of me believes that the way that the show is angling it, making it seem like it was Teddy, but the whole time it was that DEA agent that had been around since like season 2 or whatever the case may be. I think that it was him. Now I'm starting to switch. I'm starting to go 80-20, man, DEA. And when he turned that bug off, they had been following him. So now they knew where he stored his money. So they're like, yo, he turned the bug off. He's making a move. We got to make a move on him tonight. So I think
So
that's what ended up happening.
you think they've been having him under surveillance that whole time? Because like that was hella convenient for them to just pop up in that moment without like no GPS or none of that shit.
No, I think that when they started following him is when, or at least pop back up, is when Sissy came back. When Sissy came back with Dude.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, but they KGB though.
True.
So they wouldn't even be able to have that kind of. That's why I said I don't think it's them, because they wouldn't have been able to have that kind of pull.
Okay, so then I go back to the question from 2 episodes ago. Who had? Okay, what I don't remember if in the 80s, if they had the equipment to pick up sounds or at least voices from a distance.
Yeah, or they had it.
So maybe that DEA agent wasn't working with old dude with the KGB. Maybe he,
because that's who, you know, the remember when with the whole thing with Ivy, when he shot Ivy, and they was coming to get the files and everything else. And remember, everybody that was working with him was Russian.
Yep.
So in the midst of that, you also got to remember that when Sissy was, you know what I'm saying, telling them about talking to Franklin at the end, she had said it. She was like, yo, I got friends. And he was like, with who? You know, everybody is connected. She was like, no, with the KGB. And he was like, you know what I'm saying? He was just standing there like, oh, snap. So it's like, that let us know who those guys were. And I want to say this is around the time of like the beginning of the Cold War. This is like the
Cold
where
War
they at is like
in the 90s.
Yeah, like where they at is like right before Desert Storm, ain't it?
Yeah, because Desert Storm was mid 90s, around like 92, 93, some shit like that.
Exactly. So this is like right before all that's happening. So yeah, this is when the KGB is infiltrating and everything else. And then like this is coming off of the whole US battling Russia with the moon landing and all that type of stuff. So like, yeah, this is one of those things. Matter of fact, this is probably around the time Red Dawn came out.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
So that is gonna bring a totally different element into the last season.
Yeah. Maybe what confuses me is when did the ODA agent dude pop? Because like he didn't pop up until dude popped up.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he's been looking for that missing agent for a while. So it's like, has he really been?
You know what? You might be right. Maybe dude is a double agent, and we just don't know it yet. You know what I'm saying? That could be something that could be added to it. Him definitely being a double agent and him being the missing agent, if that's what you're saying.
Possibly, my bad, but possibly it's just that I just don't understand. Like, have he been sitting in the wind all this time? Like, I don't know if he's been sitting there the whole time just waiting to find evidence of what happened to his old partner, or if he just got fed up. Was like, yo, you know what? I can get them for this. I might not be able to solve my old partner, but I can still get y'all locked away for something else.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
That could possibly be what it is. And I think what it is that everybody is going to end up pointing a finger at somebody, and then nobody really have nothing to do with what they thought did.
Yeah.
I think that Oso is going to believe that it was Teddy that set him up, and it possibly wasn't. Teddy going to think that Franklin stole his girl, and Franklin think that he took care of Javi. So it's all the stuff, and none of these people did any of this shit. So I think that what next season is going to bring is a whole lot of miscommunication, a whole lot of assumptions, and we haven't even got to Louis in Jerome yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what ended up happening with Franklin and Louis. So, but before we get there, so old dude is interrogating Javi, and Javi hit us with one, man. We didn't think he was gonna do it, but Javi said, "Yo, I have no allegiance with America, Teddy McDonald, or Franklin.
He
I
got
give you
allegiance
what
with
you
that
need."
money. Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, you get me out of here, I get you what you want." Like, what did you think about that? Or Javi just like at the end of the day looking out for himself?
I mean, that's expected, man. I mean, you know, that's what he was. He was an arms dealer. You know what I'm saying? He sold to the biggest client at the time. I mean, if you think about his business, you know, at the time, the biggest client was dude. You know what I'm saying? His life was on the line. So yeah, I'm gonna give you all the information I need. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could battle that out. I don't care about that. I mean, if y'all need the guns, you know what I'm saying, you can buy them from me. So you know what I'm saying? So I get it. Like I didn't. It didn't shock me when it happened. You know what I'm saying? I kind of expected, you know what I'm saying, him to go down that way. What I didn't expect though was for dude to shoot him.
Well, I did because he was able to get what he needed. He want Teddy.
Yeah.
He got Teddy's girl now. So he don't need Javi anymore. I do believe that he was going to let Javi go. But once he found that girl, like, yo, I don't need Javi no more. Because like Javi told him, he said, there's going to be one problem. He was like, I can't get you close to Teddy. Like the thing that you need to get close to him, I don't have.
Right.
And he's like, well, I just picked up his girl, so I don't need you anymore.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, you know, I think, and that's once again, like I said, I don't understand how Teddy could be so trusting of her. I mean, I know she saved his life and everything or whatever, but I don't understand how he could just be so trusting of her, especially with, you know what I'm saying, all the shit that he was talking about with Franklin and Louis about bringing random motherfuckers around that he ain't met before and all this other shit. And then he turns around and he does the same thing. And then not only that, you know, we don't really know who she connected with. Hell, she might be one of the agents for real. Because she's like, she said she was, I forgot what her nationality is, but she from you know what I'm saying? She from a totally different country. So we don't really know we really ain't even got a chance to really get into her. We just know that they met one time in Tehran, and then that was that. They were supposed to kick it off in Tehran, never did. Now they got the chance to, and that was that. So
yeah, she could be with dude. Maybe it could have been acting, and then like when we see season 6, and she could be in the room and be like, "Yo, this is how much shit I done collected." You know what I'm saying? We don't know. So it's gonna be interesting to see, man. Also,
and don't forget before you go, don't forget though, bless you, don't forget that when he was out, she was going through his pockets, she was going through his wallet, she went through that car. Like, she ain't just no nurse. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more to her story than we've been shown so far.
definitely true. Definitely true. So Franklin he's going through all of his sources for trying to get to Teddy, right? He tries to go to Teddy direct. Teddy ain't fucking with him. Goes to Oso. Oso like, yo, I can't help you because I be the rat. He tries to go to Javi. Javi's missing. So now,
bless you,
Franklin, thank you. Franklin has no other way to get to Teddy but to call Louis. So he calls Louis. Louis agrees to meet with him. Franklin like, yo, set me up a meeting with Teddy.
Right.
She's like, I can't do it. So she's going money over family, and he's like, "Yo, if he do this to me, what do you think he gonna do to you?" She's like, "I'll take my chances." It's like even though you froze your assets, at the same time, Teddy has shown the ability to cut you off whenever he wants.
Exactly.
So for you to choose this business over me after you just seen what happened to me, and he's like, "Yo, this is your fault." She's like, "How this is my fault?" He was like, "Because you went behind my back and you kind of forced my hand because I wanted to get out to help you."
Right.
So he pulls the gun out on her. "Yo, I'll kill you 10 times over if I needed to get my money." And then who you think show up? Buck.
Hate that
So
movie.
she's like, "Yo, I'm gonna let you live because of your uncle, but I see you get him a kid."
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna tell you what I saw today, and I want to know if you agree with this. I saw on Facebook, oh dude, I went to school with says, "I want Louis to be the first to die in season 6."
I ain't gonna lie, bro. She been on my list for a minute. I couldn't stand. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with Buckley. I don't like him at all. Also, you know what I'm saying? The like I said, Louis has been doing some. She just been doing stuff that just you could tell, man, she just ain't ready for it, bro. She's just not ready for it. Like, yeah, it's cool that, when Franklin was out or whatever, you did whatever you had to do, the blase, blase, blah, and all that other shit. But let's keep it 100, man. Let's keep it all the way 100. Ever since Louis decided to, break off and try to do her own thing with Jerome, like everything had been going downhill since that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like they almost got into a war with Scully again. Luckily, they was able to, switch it up and find the idiot that was dumb enough to, do what he did. But for the most part, like, you know, they was going around and Franklin telling them like, "Yo, we gonna handle it," and they had it handled. And what did they do? They messed that up with Kane. Set Kane up to get killed. Didn't even kill him. And then dude partner got killed. He lost his job. Now he working for her. It's like, bro, it's just like everything around her is just falling. The only good thing that's going on for them is Arkansas so far. And we don't even know if that's going good for real. We just know that they showed up and they was all right.
And you want to know what I think Louis' biggest problem is? I think she's not good at reading people.
Mm-hmm.
When she told Jerome that Franklin is out, did you notice this? Did you see the expression on his face?
Oh yeah, because he knew
out.
what was up.
But let me tell you what I was thinking. Let me see if you were thinking the same thing. Me and you have had this discussion since we started doing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like Jerome don't really want to do this shit.
Nah.
It's kind of like Jerome is kind of doing it because, you know what I'm saying? It's lucrative, but at the same time, it's like I think he sees the negative in it. And I think that when he said, "Yo, Franklin's out," I think he's like, "Fuck, why that couldn't be me?" And like I felt like she didn't really see the expression on his face. And the only thing she could think about is, "Yo, now we ain't got no competition. You know, we can do this, we can do that." And he was like, "Maybe." And he was like, "Fuck it." You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. He didn't seem happy. He seemed like Franklin's out. Damn, I wish I was out too. What do you think about that? I don't think Louis really noticing that her man. I think he's just going along with it because he loves her. But I don't really think he wants to do this shit anymore. And she's not realizing, yeah, he just proposed to you and y'all just got married. but I don't think this is what he wants to do. How you feel?
So the funny thing is, everybody should have kind of knew that Jerome was out when him, Franklin, Leon, and Louis were in the warehouse, and they was talking about going to piece it up with Kane. And Leon and Jerome had that little interaction.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerome gave him a little smile. But I think it really finally hit him when he looked at what was really going on, when he had to go get old dude from the rehab center to go find Peaches.
Mm-hmm.
And once he seen that, you kind of seen it like, oh yeah, this is way too much for him. And so I think ever since that moment, he's been trying to find a way to get out. Because remember, he was telling Louis like, "Yo, I want to go back to getting my store. You know what I'm saying, back in order and getting my store back going. You know, you could tell he's been out. He's really been out of it before that. Remember, he was talking when they was riding the horses. He was talking about, you know what I'm saying, later on down the line, getting out of the game then. So you could tell that he's always had one foot out and one foot in. Even when, you know, they had went to go see Avi and, you know, Louis had told him she had thanked him because, you know, even though I think even she really knew, like, even though he wasn't really in it, you know, he was doing all that for her. You know what I'm saying? He always had her back, and whatever decision she made, that he was, you know what I'm saying, there with her and down with it. But you could tell that, you know what I'm saying, he's out of it. He's ready to get out of it. He's ready to live a life. Like, they finally got some money to do things. He wants to go do things. He doesn't want this to keep being this, you know, supply and demand every damn time. He want to go live life. And I feel like, you know, he's finally seeing it. And now I think that may have come to, or he realizes that they may have come to an end with the situation between, you know, Louis and Franklin.
And also, you have to throw at the people of the fact that when Louis went to meet with Teddy, and Teddy was like, "Yo, when we had these meetings, don't bring nobody with you." She like, "Yo, I need security." He was like, "Where's Jerome?" She was like, "You're not going to see Jerome at these meetings." You gotta remember that. I think he has set a precedent as like, "Yo, I don't want to be seen in this shit." So why? So if she needs security, why not bring Jerome? You know what I'm saying? But I think Jerome don't want to be involved. But it's gonna kind of be hard to be married to somebody who's trying to be a boss, and you just sit back. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that's gonna work out too well. I just wonder what you thought about that situation, because I just felt like she didn't see the sign. Like
I
she didn't.
I think she did. I think that she's just so caught up in, once again, you know, she's always been a hustler. So I think that she's so caught up in the hustle that, you know, that kind of overcomes everything else. Like that kind of overshadows everything else. And you know what I'm saying? Like that, the mind state that she has, like she really feels like she's empowered now. You know what I'm saying? She don't have to talk to Franklin about shit. She don't have to do none of that. She got the plug right there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the real interesting part of all of this is now going to be that since Franklin has hit all their stash spots, you know, what are they going to do now? Because now it's not just, you know, Louis and Franklin in it. Now it's going to be Jerome and Sissy going at it too. So is this something that's going to break up their family? Is this something that can end Louis and Jerome's marriage? You know what I'm saying? Could this be something that, you know what I'm saying, they end up killing each other, or, you know what I'm saying, somebody end up getting taken out on some family shit because of this? Like, that to me is, you know what I'm saying, the most intriguing part of this whole dynamic, because like you said, when he was about to, you know, when he was talking to Louis and he was like, yo, you know what I'm saying, I kill you 10 times over. between them two, you kind of get it. Like, yeah, Louis was there a lot of the time with him growing up, but for the most part, like, she ain't blood to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think that situation would have went down like that had Jerome been there. You know what I'm saying? I think Jerome could have got in between that and really fixed or tried to fix that in that moment.
But remember what happened at that gas station, though.
Well,
Jerome stayed back.
That's a different situation because it was more so a thing of they had both kind of made that decision. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, Jerome lets her do a lot of the business. Well, really all of the business, honestly. He, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, he does kind of take the back seat to it, but she always consults him first. You know what I'm saying? So it's a partnership there. She more so in that partnership, you know what I'm saying, not just the leader, but also the face of it. So her speaking is him kind of giving her that reign to, you know what I'm saying, kind of take over. But in that situation, I don't think that would have went down the way it did had Jerome been there, because I think Jerome could have interjected and you know what I'm saying, at least got them to hash it out some type of way or find a way to help Franklin instead of just leaving them hanging. Because at the end of the day, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, Louis is not an idiot. She knows what she's doing, but if it wasn't for Franklin, like, that, wouldn't none of them be doing none of this shit.
Nah, I'm gonna have to slightly disagree. I think she is an
Mm-hmm.
idiot because, for number one, yeah, I don't think Franklin would have put a gun on her if he would have been there. Obviously, I don't think that would have happened. But what I think would have happened is there could have been a situation where there could have been like, look, maybe we can make a deal. Maybe I can give you 20, 30, 40 million or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She's just like, fuck it. I'm not like, there's ways to, you know what I'm saying? For somebody, the only reason you're even in the position that you are is because I got you here. I started this shit. And you see that the plug has took $73 million from me. And all you willing to do for me is basically nothing. I asked you to set up a meeting and you won't even do that. So I think that if Jerome would have been there, maybe there could have been, some kind of, let's see what we can figure out. So Franklin takes the route of getting Black Diamond in Dallas to go hit their stash spots. He was like, I'll go get my money myself. Well, at least some money myself. I think that this is definitely going to draw a wedge in between the family because not only did he rob Louis and his uncle behind their back, but I think that Jerome would have looked at it. I think Jerome would have tried to figure out something. At the end of the day, he's like, like, this is my nephew. There is something that can be worked out, but Louis is so strung up on trying to be strong and all this type of shit that she didn't realize what Franklin is capable of doing. Right. So that's going to be something else that's going to be interesting to watch, is the fact of them finding out my stash pot's been hit. I know who did it. So you've already now threatened to kill him the next time that you see him.
Right.
But like you said, what is this going to do? Is Jerome going to sit back and take his wife's side, or is he going to take his family side? And that's where this shit is really going to get confusing because it's like, like, I'm pretty sure Jerome looks at it like, Sissy pretty much raised me. Like, that's my big sister. She's always looked out for me. Yeah, you came along. Yeah, I married you. But now you're talking about killing my nephew, which could kill my sister. Because this is the thing. Is Sissy go sit back and just let you kill her son and everything?
Well, we know. Good? Yeah, we know that's out. That's not gonna happen at all.
So yeah, that dynamic, and then with her saying what she said at the end, and she's like, "Yo, I'm riding with my child," and she know that he robbed Louis Jerome, and she's still riding with her son. So,
but I mean, like, I mean, like at the end of it all, in a weird way, she might just be the key to where they all can just get off and be good. Because I mean,
True,
her
but
dealing with the KGB, like
I don't know if they're gonna let it go, man.
I don't
I
know,
don't
man.
know if Louis is gonna let go of the fact that Franklin robbed him, and I don't think that he's gonna let go of the fact of that she's like, yo, she threatened to kill him,
But
and he put a
I
gun out
mean,
on her.
they threaten to kill each other, yeah. But at the same time, like you got to remember, she went behind Franklin back and dealt and did the direct dealing with Teddy. Then not only that, don't forget when Sissy came back and they had the party for Sissy, like she was like pretty adamant about what the fuck happened to Alton during that party, and like that was not the time for that.
Yeah.
Because they was beefing. And they've been beefing back and forth for a minute. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. This might be the thing that, and to me, like, we've never seen Sissy and Louis beef. This might be the thing that brings Louis back into it. You know what I'm saying? Through Sissy.
I don't think so. Want to know why?
What's up?
Franklin goes to see Kane.
Mm-hmm.
And tells Kane this was Louis.
and Jerome.
But he just said Louis.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So remember what Leon said. Leon said, if he finds out it was you, you know what I'm saying, you made a big mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So now the word is out that Kane might just be looking for Louis. And maybe
I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure that's the case.
So this might be a situation where Louis ain't got nothing but enemies now. And she don't realize if your shit start getting fucked up where you can't make your drops with Teddy, now Teddy's gonna be on your bad side. So now you got Teddy on your bad
know. She don't know how to deal with Teddy for real. She ain't never had to deal with Teddy for real except for them small few times. So she really don't even know how Teddy was at first compared to how he is now.
See, she only know the good side. Franklin knows how Teddy is when shit goes bad.
Yeah.
She don't know how it is when he goes bad. So if shit start going bad with him, so now you're gonna have him as the enemy. You got Kane coming after you, and your nephew done robbed you, and Sissy ain't fucking with you no more because she already done chose her side. And the person that's stuck in the middle is the person that don't even want to be in the fucking game. So
that's a good take. Damn, that's a good take.
Man, I'm telling you, her whole world is crashing on her, and she got nothing but enemies.
Right.
So, man, season 6, man, it's gonna be great, man. And also, man, when it comes to the drug game, what always happens, I don't give a fuck who you are. There's always a downfall, and now we're seeing that downfall. And now we just have to see how much this shit falls, how much of the shit crashes to the ground. We see Javi, he's dead, he's gone. You know what I'm saying? Gustavo locked up. I don't think he's gonna rat, but even if he rats, I don't think it's gonna be enough for him to skate free. Like, I don't think it's enough to where he could shave off so much time to where he could go in protective custody or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Unless the DEA agent wants Teddy. And look, maybe I'm wrong. If he's able to tell the DEA agent, yo, Teddy's the one who killed your partner. Teddy's the one that's been doing all of this shit. I can get you him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, man, it's some shit to really look forward to, man. For this final season when we get it, hopefully next year. I thought I seen something where they already started filming. I could be
Right.
wrong, but yeah, man. Season 6, man. Well, let me say this: season 5. Uh, I know Joe and them boys gonna give it like a 2-star out of our grade system. I'm giving it a 5, man. I thought it's been great. Look, like the only thing that I didn't like was, and I mentioned this, he said that he got his money back, but they didn't show us how.
Mm-hmm.
That was my only thing. It's like, yo, like I think that's kind of important. Like y'all spent the whole episode looking for peaches, and y'all don't show us anything. You just say that you got your money back. So I
Well,
just thought that that was the
I
one
think
thing.
that I think that Kane has something to do with that personally.
Possibly.
And I think that's why
It
they
could have
were
been.
so. Yeah, I think that's why they was either that or they just never got their money back and they was just fronting that way when you know what I'm saying they wouldn't think you know what I'm saying they didn't or they wouldn't look weak in that situation.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. But I thought overall, I thought it was a great season, man.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, I
think
give it
that.
a. I'll go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no, I'm sorry. You got it. You got it.
No, I was gonna say I give it a 4. Really a 4.5. The only thing I didn't like was that Tiger episode. That shit was unnecessary.
Yeah, it came out of left field,
Yeah,
but
I
I
mean,
think
I take it back. I don't want to say unnecessary, but them dealing with the Tiger part was unnecessary. Like that didn't they could have left that out and still did everything that they had to do to get Oso and Franklin at that point. That's how I feel about it.
understandable. I ain't mad at it. Yeah, I think that the way that it's going, I think that they're gonna give us a good closing.
Oh
Like
yeah, for sure, for
I don't think
sure.
I'm gonna be disappointed with the ending of this, man. Like I've been doing some pods lately, because I had some shows to finish up. Like I did a pod, um, I think it was earlier this year or late last year. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
really like the closing of Shameless. I didn't really like the season finale in that. Um, I had got stuck in the Sopranos wormhole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was kind of in the middle. And I remember the buzz. I remember a lot of people saying that they didn't like the way Sopranos ended because you don't know what happened. They leave it
Mm-hmm.
open for you to kind of, you know what I'm saying? They leave it open for your opinion. And then also the Ray Donovan movie. I did a pod on that. The
Mm-hmm.
way they closed that show out. So yeah, I think, man, the way that it's going, I think they're gonna murder this ending, man.
I do too, man. And then with everything that we just left off on, I think it's a lot of stories that they could bring around and you know what I'm saying tie those ends off in this next season coming up.
Yes, sir. And I'm sticking with my word, man. I think that the one thing that I said we can go to coming soon is I think that Leon is gonna get out at the right time, and I don't know if he's gonna return. I think that Leon is probably gonna be the only person to skate free from all of this shit
Yeah.
because I think that he's gonna dip out at the right time. And he's gonna find out about the whole downfall of what's going on back at home, and he's gonna look at one and be like, "Yo, I'm not going back." So that's one of my
Mm-hmm.
predictions.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So man, hope you guys enjoyed that season like we did, man. You know what I'm saying? We are on our toes, pins and needles, man. Pins and needles. Waiting for this, you know what I'm saying, series finale last season of Snowfall. And I ain't gonna lie, man, they doing John Singleton, you know what I'm saying, proud, man. They really showing out for John Singleton. So let's get into coming soon, man.
Yes, sir.
Coming soon. Coming soon.
Okay, so this next one is gonna be fun as shit.
Oh man. Oh.
This is the Netflix doc, right?
Yep. Yep. This the Netflix
Okay.
doc, man.
So what is the I don't know what the what's the name. It's
It's
the
killer. It's killer inside the mind of Aaron
killer.
Hernandez.
Yeah. Listen. This is probably one of the wildest stories of our generation. Bruh, this
Yo.
nigga went from national champion to Super Bowl champion. And the whole time he did all of that, the nigga caught bodies and
On and off the field.
on and off the field. Yeah, on and off the field. And somehow it all ended in a gay love quarrel.
Yo.
So listen,
Yo.
yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
this is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, man. If y'all got Netflix, go check this out. Killer Inside the Mind, Aaron Hernandez. Or excuse me, if you just know about this story in itself, you know what I'm saying, do y'all research and then come check us out this next episode because wow. That's all I can say is wow.
Yeah.
I mean, like Aaron Hernandez, Darren Sharper, Ray Caruth, you know what I'm saying? Like all of these dudes,
Yep.
I don't understand them. I can't do it. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? You work hard to get to where you want to be, and they get in a position to where they can actually do something, and they make some of the worst decisions. And
Yep.
yeah, so that's what we're gonna be covering next episode. It's gonna be a very interesting episode to say the least. Y'all stay tuned. Shit. I don't even know what to say on that one. This is gonna be wild to watch this shit again.
I know, right?
But I will say this though, shout out to his girl for hiding that pistol.
Yeah, he had him down.
Yeah, because she was the truth for that. That was legit. But anyway, man, you know what I'm saying? If y'all enjoyed this episode, you know what I'm saying, and enjoyed any of the episodes y'all listened to, hit us up on the socials on Instagram and Twitter at View9Pod. Damn, I better say something else. At View9Pod. And you can hit us up on Facebook as well at VA Pod Watch Group. You know what I'm saying? Let us know how you feel. Let us know what you think. If you got any suggestions or anything you'd like to hear, requests, you know what I'm saying, et cetera, hit us up. And man, follow me at Scoots Bronson on Twitter. You can go to my bio on my Twitter, go to my link tree. You can follow me everywhere else through there. And that's all I got.
Yeah, y'all can find me at S.Foster8 on Instagram and Twitter. At 28 Minutes or Less Pod on IG, the podcast, 28 Minutes or Less on all major platforms. The last podcast that's out is episode 82. I did the negotiator, but you know what I'm saying? I'm dropping another one coming up here soon in the next couple of hours, day or so, whatever, whatnot. So be on the lookout, man, for the new episode I got. I got a great idea. So rate, subscribe, leave a review, all that shit. So appreciate everybody checking out the pod.
For sure, man, for sure. And with that being said, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for the support. It's always greatly appreciated. We couldn't do this without you. But until next time, man, like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.